Many financial freedom gurus often say that you need to develop yourself, expand your knowledge, and keep learning. But I am absolutely certain when I say that these things only help you cultivate your soul and have nothing to do with making money. This is the second time I've repeated this. Reading books, learning, and self-improvement are all great, but they are not synonymous with making money. Everything you do must have a clear direction. Only when your purpose and direction align can you achieve your goals. For example, if you spend all night studying for an exam because you want to score high, that makes sense. But if you spend all night researching environmental issues to score high on an exam, that doesn't make sense. I know your life is busy, but what I'm saying isn't easy to grasp, especially if you only hear it once. My advice is to watch until the end, listen repeatedly when you're free or doing chores. Share and save the playlist for convenience. I guarantee that within a few short months, your mindset will evolve to a whole new level. Black Crystal sends warm greetings to everyone. There are many people smarter than me, but in reality, I am a very simple thinker. However, I know one thing, all truly useful information must be tested over time. Quickly try and fail, gather information, and refine your strategy. Time is the only measure of truth. I used to worry that you might not grasp the key points. Don't worry, I'm a pragmatist, so what I say will definitely make sense to everyone. And if you actually follow through, your path will undoubtedly be less bumpy than mine. Note that making money is intangible, unlike techniques like growing vegetables or raising pigs. There's no step-by-step manual for making money. If there were, it would just be meaningless wealth-building theories. What you need is a practical, battle-tested mindset. You are the one who creates the path, and I'm just giving you the map. Let me emphasize again, reading books, learning, and self-improvement are all great. But these things and making money are two completely different matters. You can work hard to raise your awareness, read books to develop qualities, work out, and expand your career. All of that is great. But none of it means you'll make money, unless your goal is to turn yourself into a product to sell. Note that I'm not saying reading is useless. What I want you to understand is whether what you're doing is truly connected to your goals. You can cook instant noodles 1,000 times, but that doesn't mean you can fly a plane. What does making money have to do with the self-improvement efforts you've been taught? Many financial freedom gurus often say that you need to develop yourself, expand your knowledge, and keep learning. But I am absolutely certain when I say that these things only help you cultivate your soul and have nothing to do with making money. This is the second time I've repeated this. Reading books, learning, and self-improvement are all great, but they are not synonymous with making money. Everything you do must have a clear direction. Only when your purpose and direction align can you achieve your goals. For example, if you spend all night studying for an exam because you want to score high, that makes sense. But if you spend all night researching environmental issues to score high on an exam, that doesn't make sense. Learning and self-improvement are not unimportant, but the question is whether they are related to your money-making goals. This isn't about useless book theories, but about understanding what you're reading and why you're reading it. Making money is making money. You don't need to know too much or understand all the principles to make money. Many people make money without much knowledge. Making money is the art of solving real-world problems. Don't focus too much on theory. Many people watch instructional videos multiple times but still struggle when they actually start. Those who make money, if you ask them to explain the theory or principles, might not know. They just know how to do it. Why? Because they practice. Time is the only measure of truth. Some say vision is important, that you need to elevate your perspective. But this doesn't need to be complicated. Just talk to a taxi driver in a big city, and you'll understand what vision means. Let me repeat, making money is a skill, and skills only need practice to master. If making money is a skill, there must be a clear path and training method. So let's start with this path. Step 1. Understand the principle of making money. Why do some people who aren't as smart or hardworking as you still make money? There's only one reason: demand and satisfying demand. You make money not because of how good you are, but because the payer wants to give you money. They will pay you when you satisfy their needs. Why is work experience more important than degrees? Because when your boss pays you, they expect you to create immediate value, not waste company resources training you like in school. By now, you should clearly see that the essence of making money is meeting the payer's needs, and your efforts must focus on satisfying those needs. Now, we move to step 2, how to identify needs. And step 3, how to meet those needs. Simply put, whose money are you making, and why should they give it to you? Why am I combining these 2 steps? Because both are about information. Step 2 is finding useful information through information asymmetry. Step 3 is packaging your information to create information asymmetry for others. So how to do it? The answer is simple: take action. Don't overthink, just do it. That's it. It's that simple. The problem most people face is never thinking too little. It's not about lacking intelligence but thinking too much and acting too little. And because of insufficient action, many of your thoughts are misaligned with your goals. The most important thing in making money is action. First, you need to do, try, and fail, not just learn theory. Only by doing will you discover a series of issues you never thought of before. Then, you'll take these practical problems to find answers and solve them effectively. In reality, any information that helps you make money is invaluable. You can't sit at home and wait for that information. So, you need to try and fail frequently to discover useful information or problems to solve. I can't emphasize this enough. The biggest problem for most people isn't lack of intelligence or thinking, but overthinking and underacting. Have you ever played a game? What's the most effective way to overcome challenges? Control the character, try repeatedly, and improve your strategy each time to overcome the challenge. Time is the only measure of truth. Learning is important, but without practice, what you learn is just theory. In other words, time is the best way to learn. If you don't have enough time, you can't even ask the right questions. I receive many messages daily, and what I notice most is that most people can't ask truly useful questions. They often ask useless questions like, I'm unhappy and can't make money. Is there a way to make money? Or I'm an average graduate. How can I make money? Or I don't get along with my roommate. What should I do? What can I say to these? I don't even know what you're doing or your situation. There's no important information. I can only wish you health and happiness. But beyond that, I can't help. What you're saying is meaningless, and what I'm saying is also meaningless. Remember, friends, asking the right question is a crucial skill. A mediocre question gets a meaningless answer. An excellent question only needs a little important information from the other person to completely change your situation. That's why you should think less and act more. Because action is the most effective way to find excellent questions. Time is the only measure of truth. To be more specific, I'll use myself as an example. When I wanted to start a blog, I immediately began writing. During the day, I worked, and at night, I wrote. I didn't think about how to research, position, or find content ideas. Is blogging a dying industry? These questions aren't important at the start. What you need to do is write, and write. Just start writing, and you'll naturally encounter those issues. When I wrote, I naturally discovered countless problems. Why do others have standout posts, but I don't? What do top blogs in the industry do? Where do customers come from? Why do customers choose others over me? How to turn content into money? How to find suitable topics? And many more questions. I didn't naturally understand everything, but I encountered these problems. Then, I took these specific questions, found people to ask, and paid for answers. From there, I formed my own methodology. Just start doing, gather information as you go, and use that information to update your strategy. That's enough. Time is the only measure of truth. Let's talk about making videos. I never thought about positioning or other complicated things. It's simple. When I wrote, I realized that more of the client's budget was shifting to video platforms. Because when clients asked for quotes, they often asked about different platforms. This isn't a secret, and it's information anyone can easily grasp. So what should you do? Make videos, and start immediately. Don't delay even a minute. If you just open a search engine and look, you'll see how easy it is to make a video now. I don't know much about making videos, but I know I have to do it. Just start, and you'll encounter countless valuable questions. Then, just solve them step by step. So, I can only write video scripts in a very basic way. There's no special personal style. Simply because I don't know how to do it differently. But that's not important. What's important is to start and create content. In the process, you'll encounter problems, summarize them, and solve them. Action, action, action. Improve, improve, improve. Think, think, think. These things aren't complicated. They're like doing homework wrong in school. A simple and direct principle. Many people are just lazy. They only think without the motivation to act. There are many people smarter than me. But in reality, I'm a very simple thinker. However, I know one thing, all truly useful information must be achieved through practice, quick experimentation, gathering information, and improving strategy. Action, action, action. Time is the only measure of truth. These things aren't new. Business people from previous generations, many without much education, have gone far by instinctively gathering and improving information non-stop. Do you think that's it? Definitely not. There's a fourth step, assessing risks and rewards. We see many wealthy people who invest irrationally or expand too quickly, leading to bankruptcy. There are also many bosses without high education who, through hard work and experimentation, made money but were scammed clean in one go. What are they missing? When you've passed steps 2 and 3, gathered enough information, and started operating or are in the process, you need to do some calculations and logical checks. Here, the check is divided into 2 parts, pre-operation assessment and operational control assessment. Before starting, you must understand that you will definitely pay tuition to learn and experiment to gather information. So, you must control this tuition cost, including money and time. The right strategy is to start with low costs. If you're working part-time, start immediately. I spent years writing part-time, working during the day and writing late at night. My cost was time, but I kept writing for over 10 years. This is also true for other part-time jobs. If you're running a business, you need to control your total investment not exceeding a certain amount. If it exceeds and you haven't found a stable profit model, stop immediately to preserve capital and resources. I'm not afraid to say I've failed at opening stores, not just one. But you must think, why am I not sad despite failing? Why can I easily start over? Because I know how to control investment, and I understand that what I learned from failure is much greater than what I lost. Because I deeply understand what's important and what only seems important. Why is the landlord the final answer? How to harmonize with business partners. How to manage employees. Once you've opened a store, making video content, managing project progress, and arranging personnel become as easy as playing. Why are my videos so productive and stable? It's about the basic efficiency of a project. Even because I've opened stores and started businesses, it helps a lot in communicating with clients. We can easily exchange, understand each other, and understand the motives behind each other's decisions. Now, I share all this with you without charging a dime. Of course, if you say you want to do part-time work, business, or startups but have no money, what then? Work in that industry to use time instead of money to gather information. That's enough. But remember, if you want to achieve your goal, you must do things that align with it. Then, act continuously to gather information, quickly experiment, and control costs in the process. Repeat and persist. Never do things beyond your financial means, And never be lazy. Simple, right? Very simple. But just reading won't help. You must act. What do you want to do? Start with low costs. Don't think anymore. Thinking won't bring results. You must act. And then think. Thinking after acting is truly valuable. Time is the only measure of truth.